over $50 billion to rebuild Gaza after Israel's war. And in sports, Nigeria Cricket Federation expands talent search ahead of National Under-17 Championship. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated that his administration remains committed to supporting initiatives that promote excellence and innovation in all sectors, particularly the engineering sector. The governor made the remark at the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, during the Lagos Regional Engineering Stakeholders Summit, themed Restructuring and Reforms. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, stated that this commitment will build a Lagos and a Nigeria that is not only resilient but also sustainable and inclusive. He noted that engineering is the backbone of any nation's progress, emphasizing that it is the driving force behind industrialization, infrastructure development, and economic growth, urging engineers to embrace the opportunities presented by COREN's reformed and expanded regulatory framework. Earlier in his address, COREN President Sadiq Abubakar reaffirmed the Council's unwavering commitment to engineering excellence, regulatory efficiency, and national development, driven by the strategic roadmap for the transformation of the engineering profession in Nigeria. In a historic step towards achieving universal health coverage, UHC, the Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has certified and licensed a new set of Iliraiko marketing and sales agents. The certification ceremony marked the official inauguration of 99 newly trained professionals, including 25 new marketing agents and 74 sales agents tasked with expanding health insurance enrollment across the state. Speaking at the event, LASHMA's permanent secretary, Emmanuela Zamba, emphasized the crucial role of the agents in bridging the gap between Lagosians and accessible healthcare services. She reaffirmed the government's dedication to ensuring that no resident is left behind in the drive towards affordable healthcare. Zamba added that through the agents' efforts, LASHMA is fostering a culture of preventive healthcare, strengthening the state's healthcare financing model, and ensuring that every Lagosian, regardless of economic status, can receive the medical care they need. The Lagos State House of Assembly has debunked a publication alleging that 27 members of the Assembly are planning to defect from the ruling party to the opposition Labour Party. Chairman, House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundikpe, in a statement, described the publication as entirely false, misleading, and a deliberate attempt to misinform the public. Ogundikpe said the report is not only offensive, but also riddled with inaccuracies and outright falsehoods that serve no purpose other than to sow discord and confusion within the Assembly and among the good people of Lagos State. He stated that the recent developments in the House, including the removal of former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa and the election of Mojisola Miranda as the new Speaker, are purely internal matters carried out in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Ogundikpe said these events in no way suggest any intention by members to leave the party, emphasizing that no member of the Assembly is contemplating defection. He reaffirmed that any internal disagreements within the House will be resolved amicably through peaceful and democratic mechanisms. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has introduced a comprehensive roadmap and adopted a 4-year plan for the Open Government Partnership (OGP) Steering Committee under the National Action Plan (NAP4). Minister of Youth Development Ayodele Olawande, while presenting the NAP4 roadmap in Abuja, said this marks a departure from the previous 2-year plans used in earlier NAPs, as the new approach aims to ensure better planning and implementation over a longer period. Olawande emphasized that the goal is to leverage the plan for the rapid socio-economic development of the country and enhance the quality of life of Nigerians. He stressed the importance of using the roadmap as a tool to drive national progress and transparency. The National Action Plan was first introduced in 2016 and implemented by the federal government in 2017, with the OGP Steering Committee operating under a 2-year framework. The Senate has asked the heads of the National Security Advisor, the National Intelligence Agency, and the Defense Intelligence Agency to appear before it over allegations of funding of terrorist group Boko Haram by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. The call for an urgent investigation into allegations that international organizations, including the USAID, may be funding terrorist groups like Boko Haram, followed a motion raised by Senator Ali Ndume on the urgent need to probe the matter. During plenary, lawmakers expressed concerns over a viral video of U.S. Congressman Scott Perry, a Republican representing Pennsylvania, who alleged at a congressional hearing that U.S. aid has been involved in financing terrorist activities across the world, including Boko Haram. Ndume noted that this claim comes shortly after the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, raised alarm that terrorist groups in the country were receiving sponsorship and training from international organizations. During the inaugural session of an advisory body created by President Donald Trump to cut U.S. government spending, Perry said the USAID's annual budget of $697 million, including cash shipments to Islamic schools, has inadvertently funded terrorist training camps and extremist groups. And now to foreign news. The United Nations, European Union, and World Bank have revealed in a new assessment that reconstruction efforts in Gaza will require more than $50 billion after 15 months of Israel's devastating war. The figure comes as Arab countries continue to scramble to find a viable recovery plan as an alternative to the mass displacement of the Palestinian enclave's 2 million residents proposed by United States President Donald Trump. The Gaza and West Bank Interim Rapid Damage and Needs Assessment, IRDNA, calculated that Israel's war on Gaza caused $49 billion in destruction between October 2023 and October 2024. Researchers concluded that $53.2 billion is now needed for the recovery and reconstruction of the Palestinian territory over the next 10 years, with about $20 billion required in the 3 years alone. Now, sports. The Nigeria Cricket Federation, NCF, says it is set to discover more talent in the game for the country's national teams as the 6th edition of the National Under-17 Championships draw near. The national tournament will be held from March 5 to 10 in Abuja, following the completion of the zonal eliminations across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Tournament coordinator Musa Ehizoje noted that the success of the country at the 2025 ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup in Malaysia was a result of the Federation's consistency in organizing the tournament over the years. The NCF National Under-17 Championships started in 2019 and has been providing the pathway for the next generation of superstars to represent Nigeria's national cricket teams. And that's all for the news at 4. Always drive within the specified speed limit. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration deployed traffic lights and CCTV cameras in strategic places in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated that his administration remains committed to supporting initiatives that promote excellence and innovation in all sectors, particularly the engineering sector. The federal government has introduced a comprehensive roadmap and adopted a 4-year plan for the Open Government Partnership OGP Steering Committee under the National Action Plan, NAP4. We also told you that the United Nations, European Union, and World Bank have revealed in a new assessment that reconstruction efforts in Gaza will require more than $50 billion after 15 months of Israel's devastating war. And in sports, the Nigeria Cricket Federation is set to discover more talent in the game for the country's national team as the 6th edition of the National Under-17 Championships draw near. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fabolagun. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.